Hi, I'm Davina with PorkandPlate.com, and today we're going to show you a basic way to make a quiche. Now, there is no set recipe for this, but there are a few guidelines you should follow. If you're using a 9-inch pie dish, you want to use about 6 eggs and 1.5 cups of heavy cream. This is pretty standard. But then your fillings, you can use anything that you really want. Just be mindful when you're using your fillings that you're cooking them before, depending on what they are. So, for example, we're using onions, and we've actually caramelized our onions before it's going into our quiche. Also, if you're using bacon, you want to make sure you cook your bacon before it goes into your quiche. And if you're using spinach, you want to cook that as well and make sure you drain it before you put it into your quiche. So just be mindful when you're making a quiche. Okay, so when you're making a quiche, there's two options as far as dough goes. You can go to the store and buy a store-bought dough, which is really, really easy. That's the lazy way to do it. But if you want to just make your own dough, we actually have a really great video and an easy recipe that you can follow and make your own dough, which we've done here. So you just want to roll out your dough. You're going to lightly flour your work surface. You have to work fast because it is a butter-based dough. It will get warm quickly and it will fall apart. So you kind of got to just do this quick. And it will stick. I have to keep flouring my rolling pin, and you want to keep your work surface really floured so that it doesn't stick. And you want to try to maintain the circle shape. Okay guys, you got to work quick when you're working with this dough because it is a butter-based dough and it will fall apart on you as it gets warm. You want to keep flouring your work surface, and then you also want to try and see, it's starting to stick already. You want to make sure you try to turn it as you roll it to kind of maintain that circular shape so it will fit in your pie dish. Okay, so once you roll out your dough and it's a circle and you think it will fit in your pan, just take your rolling pin and gently roll it over like this. And then you can set it on your pan and roll it out. And it should fit. And if not, you can work it out a little bit and just get it right in the middle. And you want to push it into the corners. You got to work fast because this butter in this dough will start to melt and it's really difficult to work with if that happens. And then you can just go ahead and pinch the excess, which is like up here on the sides. You can just pinch that. This is kind of like a rustic cake. It's not, I mean, it's a rustic quiche, so our crust is going to be, it's not going to be a perfect crust. It's going to taste perfect, but this is just a quick way to do it. I'm just going to kind of pinch the edges. Okay, so you're going to take your eggs and you're going to whisk them all together so that they're well incorporated. And then you're going to add your heavy cream. Just going to whisk all of this. Okay, and then after you add all that together, we're just going to add our ingredients. It's so easy. I mean, how you can't even mess this up. You really can add any ingredients you want. Make sure you add salt and pepper, but be mindful also if you're using bacon, try not to oversalt your eggs. And we're going to add a lot of cheese because I like cheese. What the hell? We're going to mix all this together. And then we're going to add it to our pie crust, or our quiche crust. It's our rustic quiche crust. Okay, so we're going to bake this at 375 for about 35 to 40 minutes. Okay, so it's been in for about 35 to 40 minutes, and you can see that our eggs are set and the crust is golden brown, and you just slice it and serve.